Yeah, we're pretty relaxed, which is good. That's when we play our best cricket. So, yeah, the girls are all ready to go. And, yeah, we've had another good training session out here today. So, yeah, feeling really relaxed and ready to go tomorrow.
What's been discussed the past couple of days following the match against Sri Lanka?
Well, we probably need to tidy up our fielding. That wasn't the way that we want to field out there. So, yeah, just sort of making sure we're really tight out there. And apart from that, just making sure we're executing our plans and thinking about things and not letting the batters settle too much. And but apart from that, I think our batting's going really well. And yeah, there's just a few things probably need to tidy up.
You've played New Zealand a lot lately. What do you talk about or think about before you're meeting them again?
Yeah, I think yeah, we have played New Zealand a lot lately. So you know, there's no secrets between the two teams. I think the most important thing is not thinking about them that much. I think it's about making sure we're really working on the things that we need to do well and you know, executing our plans that we want to execute and making sure that we do that against every single team and not really thinking too much about the opponents.
And you have had the better of them in the last few series. Does that give you confidence as well?
I think it's you know, every time we play them, it's a fresh game. We've always had really close competition against them. You know, there's a few games that always could have gone the other way. So. We're confident in ourselves as a team, but that doesn't. We're definitely not overly confident. So, yeah, we try and take each game as it comes and making sure that we just do what we need to do well.
What's the rivalry like between the teams when you see each other so much?
There's quite a rivalry there, I reckon. Yeah, it's we play them so much that, you know, we want to win every single time we put on the Australian shirt, and that certainly doesn't change when we play New Zealand. So, yeah, we definitely want to keep winning against New Zealand, and that doesn't change.
You haven't had to bat any lower than Pez in the first two games. What's the middle order been doing to make sure they're up to scratch if they are needed?
Yeah, I think the thing is we've had an amazing preparation leading into the World Cup. We've spent a lot of time out on turf. We've all batted a lot leading into the World Cup, and you know, we've used our training sessions wisely. But to be honest, nothing changes, and I think it's just about making sure that we're refreshed and ready to go every single game. If the middle order doesn't bat, we're not too concerned about that because we think that's a job well done by the top order. So, you know, if needed, we'll be ready. Everyone's had a great hit out in the practice matches, and everyone's really confident if needed in the middle order.
How has your approach changed coming to bat in the middle order? We open in T20Is, we used to open in the ODIs. How has your approach changed?
Probably a lot more relaxed, to be honest. Probably enjoying a bigger lunch in the middle. But yeah, I think it probably suits me better to an extent. It means that I can come out and the situation's laid out in front of me and I don't have to think too much. I know that if I think too much as a batter, I'm you know, probably not doing so well. So the situation is laid out in front of me and I know what I need to do when I need to go out and bat. So I think that probably suits my game really well.
New Zealand are one of the other contenders for the Cup. Is this a really good gauge for you guys to see sort of where you'll be at in those harder games?
Yeah, I think so. I think the competition's very even. I think you know, you can see that out of Padu's innings, you know, any team can win. It takes a couple of special performances. So yeah, I think they're definitely a contender. But as I said, I think there's a lot of contenders out there, and yeah, we're just sort of making sure that you know, we're executing what we want to execute, and that doesn't change depending on who we're playing.
I have to ask about the MOU. Sorry.
It's fine.
Now that it's lapsed, like, are you confident that there might be a resolution before the Cup's over?
We sort of had a plan coming over here that we weren't really going to think too much about the MOU as a team. We weren't really going to get into that space. None of us are particularly trained in that area. So we're sort of letting the experts do the talking there and making sure that, you know, we sort of leave it to the ACA and CA, and we're confident that they can come to an agreement. And, yeah, we're certainly not... we don't have any specialty in those areas, so we're just letting them do their thing, and hopefully we can put out some fine performances out in the field.
Did you think it would get to this point, though?
To be honest, I did think it was going to lapse, so it's not a great surprise to us. So yeah, we were ready for that, and yeah, we'll just see what happens.
We're seeing some big totals and plenty of centuries already this tournament. Do you think that's about the conditions here, but also about the progression in the women's game? Yeah,
I think, well, you know, I've had to sort of ask the batters how the wickets are. But speaking to Bolts and Megan Moons, you know, they're saying that it's a pretty nice batting track out there. The boundaries are smallish, so it's allowing people to really have some phenomenal stroke play out there. So I think the grounds are very quick, very fast, and people are obviously going over the fence as well. So I think you really have to be disciplined as a bowler. There's not a lot of room for error, so I think they're pretty good batting tracks out there.
We saw Bolts get some wickets the other day. Do you think she's rivaling you with her celebrations?
I think she tried to one-up me, that's for sure. No, it was great to see her get her first international wicket. I think we both thought at one stage that we'd never get one. So, no, it was really good, and to see the excitement and to see her lap of honour after her first wicket was, it was pretty special to be a part of. She actually ran straight past me. I really thought she was going to give me a bit more than that in her celebration, and she just wanted to make sure that she high-fived every single person there.
Are you comfortable with where your bowling is at?
Yeah, it's something I've been working really hard on. Obviously, I'm not, I always like to get better, so I'm not the bowler that I'd like to be one day, but I'm certainly improving. I feel like I've improved a lot over the last 12 months. But in saying that, I'm probably not the batter that I want to be either yet, so I think there's always room for improvement, and that certainly doesn't change with the bat or the ball.
Who's pushed you to focus on the bowling aspect?
I don't think anyone really pushed me. I think there was a bit of an opportunity there to sort of, you can only bat for a certain amount of time in the net, so to fill in a bit of time, I used to bowl mediums growing up, and the coach just sort of said, why don't you give that a bit of a go, and then, the more I took it seriously, the more they took it seriously, and it just sort of progressed from there. So, I'm happy that I'm, obviously contributing a little bit more with the team.
On New Zealand, what's the key thing that you guys need to do to be able to beat them?
I think the key thing is they've probably got a few key players there that we really need to make sure we execute our plans to. I think our bowling's going to be really important. It's obviously a fantastic oval to bat at, so I think sort of strangling them with the ball will probably be the key.
Susie Bates' 100th ODI. Are you going to be able to spoil that party for her?
I hope so. I certainly won't be attending the party. So, she's obviously had a phenomenal career, and I'm sure it will continue for a long time. So, she's been a fantastic player for them. But we won't be gifting her a win for a 100th ODI, that's for sure.
Haven't been any messages between WBB or teammates?
I think it's sort of game on at the moment. I think everyone's sort of too focused on what their own team's doing. We're certainly, good friends off the field. That's what WBBL does. It brings people closer together off the field, and there's a lot of friendships out there. But, as soon as we step over that line, I think nobody takes any prisoners.